this video I'm going to share with you how I save a lot of money each month and how you can do it yourself to create that extra wealth just by following a 7-step system. So stay tuned. What's up guys, at this channel we aim to improve your financial situation through education, and as always I'll have a special bonus for you guys at the end. Make sure that you follow the video, get every 7th step, because it will drastically improve your financial situation. I'm Aatlas and this is the world of finance. Before we start, I'll just like to say, if you get value out of this video, remember to smash the like button. It helps me out with the YouTube algorithm and allows me to reach more people. Also, remember to click the subscribe button. Without further ado, let's get to it. So you need to have both long-term and short-term financial goals. When those are set, you of course need to learn how to budget. You want to know where your money are going, where they're going out, where they're going in, so in order to control your spending behavior. So it's important that you learn these skills to goal set and to budget. So make sure that you improve there as much as you can. Maybe you don't even know what your long-term financial goal is, so this is a great opportunity for you to sit down with a pen and pencil, write them down, and get some overview of where you want to go. Of course, again, I talk a lot about that you need to budget your spending behavior, and I emphasize the last 3 months, maybe 6, because this will give you a better view of your current spending behavior. If you take for like 1 or 2 years, there can easily be some big events or something in your personality that has changed. So I would like to say 3 to 6 months, they will give you a very good look at how your spending behavior is at the moment. But take that into account. Maybe you want to look at your budget for the overall year if you have a pretty steady and stable spending behavior. If not, take a look at your short-term budget and look at the last 3 months, see what you're spending your money on, and learn how to control. Quick tip: there's a power in Okay, I'll save that for later. I'll save that for last in the video. Yeah, I'll save that for last in the video. So I would like to think that there are 7 main primary living expenses or recurring expenses, and the first one is food. Food is kind of tricky because it's a depreciating asset in the form that you get nutrition out of it, of course, but as soon as you have consumed it, it's gone. You know, so make sure to cut that expense as much as you can by, for example, avoiding branded food. Of course, there's social activities that probably, if you're a student or at the workplace as well, there's social activities involving eating out. And of course, I'm not saying that you shouldn't eat out at all. Of course, budget for it. You should budget for all your expenses, but make sure to eat out with thought. For example, when I'm eating out with my friends, they usually get burgers and so forth. I just get a tomato soup because it's inexpensive, and I eat at home before I go out. That way I can join the social environment without spending a lot of money. So the second expense is rent, and you should definitely try to cut this as low as possible because it's one of the larger overheads or the larger recurring expenses that individuals have. So make sure that you do your best to cut this as low as possible. For me personally, it was a period of 2 years of trial and error where I have to find the exact amount or the number of square feet that I needed in order to live comfortably. So make sure that you're mindful of this expense. Cut it as low as you possibly can. Other ways you can do this is by renting a room out, getting a roommate, maybe even renting through Airbnb, and you can actually end up cutting your rent in half. So make sure to be mindful of this expense and cut it down, because the only thing that we like to stand up is trees. Right? Trees are tall, right? I'm just gonna drink my coffee. That's coffee. I like my coffee. Overall, it's important that you get some overalls, like the ones you're wearing. Just kidding. Anyway, cut that expense. I just drank way too much caffeine, so that's pretty bad. So number 3 is utilities, and you can probably guess the theme in this whole video is cutting your recurring expenses as low as humanly possible. So of course we'd like you to cut your utility expenses as low as humanly possible, but the way that you can do this is by, like so many other things in the world, you can always get a better deal. So here you just contact different utilities companies in your area, make them make you an offer, a better offer than your current utility provider, because in most cases you can actually get a better deal. And maybe it's only $5 you save on switching, but then if you make $5 the next time you're switching, you can see how this quickly have a really positive effect on your economy. So make sure to do this, and do it on a regular basis, because who knows how many money you'll end up saving. So if you're not doing this on a regular basis, trying to get the best deal at all times, definitely stop with that. That would be my advice. If you're getting some value out of this video, hit that like button, smash that subscribe button. Let's move on. This one is a sore subject for most people, but the number 4 is the cost of transportation. And the Bureau of Labor Statistics estimate that the average cost of having a car is $9,000 per year. And that's a really huge expense. So make sure, if you have a car, that it's cheap. Not cheap in the order of what the price is, but what the cost is going to be. So you might end up you might pay for a car like say $10,000, and the recurring expenses are pretty low. But if you end up buying a car for like $2,000 and the recurring expenses are pretty high, and there's a lot of maintenance involved, it wouldn't be the better solution. So I hope that you understand that the theme in this is that you should think of the cost and the value, not the price. And that is something that most people often forget. But in most cases, I would say that you actually don't need a car, because there's public transportation available in most places. So definitely consider, if you have a car, it has to be essential for your economy, unless of course you have a well-oiled financial machine, that your economy is strong and you can allow yourself to have this luxury. But if you want to move ahead really fast financially, you should definitely cut down on your recurring expenses. This is what I'm all about. So cut down on your recurring expenses, remove that car, take the public transportation, because it will save you a lot of money in the long run. And you won't be tied up in this financial obligation of having to pay for a car each month, having to budget for it. Instead, you'll have a fixed cost of public transportation, which in most cases are lower than your car. So definitely consider, do you really need a car? Number 5 is clothing. And clothing is really difficult because you get a lot of promotional ads on different websites, on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. You might even get them on television and so forth. And those for sale signs are really hard to resist for many people. So make sure to turn off all that noise, unsubscribe for whatever bureau you have that provides you with all of these commercials, because that's just a pitch to wheel you in. Also, when you're buying clothes, make sure not to buy the branded clothes. Of course, you should buy quality clothes, because again, we talked about the cost versus the price, and the cost will most often with cheap clothes be higher than with actually valuable or high quality clothes. So you should buy high quality clothes, but not branded clothes. It's just because it's branded does not mean that it's high quality, but you can find high quality clothes to decent prices. So make sure to buy decent high quality clothes products that you can have for multiple years and that won't go out of style. So make sure to check up on that. I'm not a fashion guru, but you should definitely buy some clothes that you can have for multiple years, that are good quality and not branded. And of course, another way you can save a lot of money here is going down to the Goodwill. If you really want branded clothes, or you can be lucky to find some good quality clothes down there, the Goodwill will have that for you as well. I know there's a little stigma about this, but at the end of the day, you want some good quality clothes to decent prices. So Goodwill is probably one of the better options. And also make sure that you don't splash a lot of money, because people have a tendency when they're out buying groceries or when they're buying clothes that they splurge their money away, and maybe they haven't just prepared themselves with like a grocery list or a shopping list. So they buy on impulses. They buy things that they don't actually need. So make sure to come prepared when you want to buy something. And as always, if you budget for your expenses, you'll also notice that your spending behavior will change, your mindset will change. So when you are out spending money on clothes, you'll actually notice that you pay more attention to the price, because and the cost, of course, because you have a set amount of that you can use on clothes. So number 6 is something that most people actually overlook, and it's health. And it's really important, because you'd like to be alive, right? When the fruits of our labor and hard work and patience are paying off, you'd like to be there to enjoy it, right? And that's what we're trying to do here. We're trying to create long-term wealth. So we're thinking about the long term. So you should definitely take care of yourself, get that health insurance, because health insurance and medical expenses in the long run is going to end up in a lot of money. And if you ask most old people, they will say that their medical expenses have risen drastically as they got older. But that's just one aspect of it, because of course we also want to be preventing these medical expenses. So you should definitely invest in both a healthy diet and also your training, your exercise. And when I say invest, I'm not necessarily talking about money, but time. You need to invest time and maybe even money. In the case of a healthy diet, you can actually end up saving money into becoming healthy. So make sure to do that for yourself. You'll get so much out of it. You'll get more self-confident, you'll get more energy, and you'll generally just get a better mood. So make sure to take care of yourself. Number 7 is something that I'm really passionate about, because it's something that I've personally had a lot of experience with, and that's bad debt. And you need to optimize your payments into your bad debt account, and even more important, you need to learn how to negotiate your debt, because you can actually convert your bad debt, but you can also save a lot of money by cutting off the principal or even the interest rate. You can get the interest rate down to 0%. Like, I've done that with multiple loans that I've had in the past when I just started out. It of course took me a little while in order to know how to negotiate what I need to do and which information I needed to provide my creditors. But definitely learn how to negotiate your debt, because it's just a really great feeling when you cut that a couple of thousand of your debt, or you get the interest rate down to 0%, so that you can lower your installments, redirect that money over to another pile of debt with a high interest. It's just a really great feeling. So you should definitely learn to negotiate your debt. And like the utilities, you need to do this on a regular basis. I do it once a month. Call off my creditors and ask them different questions on how I can better my debt situation. So you should definitely do this on a regular basis. So I promised you guys a bonus, and I'm here to provide that additional value. First of all, you should definitely have an account where your payments or your installments goes into your creditors account on an automatic basis. This has a really powerful effect, and it will force you to live off the rest. And of course, in order to do that, you need a budget. So of course, I'll link a free budget template down in the description. Make sure to grab that and grab your behind and get started with that budget right away, because the sooner you start with that habit, the better off you'll be. So yeah, definitely grab that bonus. Hope you guys got some value out of this. If you did, please hit that subscribe button and smash the like button as well, of course. And if you want to, you can share this video if you find it helpful. If you guys are interested in becoming a millionaire, maybe even a billionaire, you should definitely check out the playlist linked above. If you got some value out of this video, remember to subscribe and hit the notification bell as well to get more great content like this. Also, smash that like button It helps me out with the YouTube algorithm. And if you know any people who can benefit from these 7 steps, make sure to share this video with them. This is The World of Finance, and I'm Aaron Aatlas, tuning out.